Nowadays we are born in hospitals, but it used to be that we were born in saunas. It would have been a crazy idea to divide the men and women, because it was the families who were going to sauna. You don't like pick up a fight in sauna, or you don't yell in sauna.
Everybody is equal.
Yeah, this kind of sauna competitions, I think they are childish stuff.
Why is the sauna such an important part of Finnish culture?
Half of the years is so damn cold. We wash out our sins. So from the Friday night, of course. Yes,
Can you imagine life without sauna?
Yes, I have experienced it. I was missing something, and I think I found out what it was.
Greetings to all good people. Today from Tampere, sauna capital of the world, because there is the most public saunas in Finland. And I'm very pleased to introduce my today's guest, Ilmari Lyymä. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Perfect. Who works in the oldest public sauna, which is still operating in Tampere, and actually in the whole Finland.
In all Finland, yes.
So basically I already told you that this podcast is about people which are doing things which are kind of on the edge. And before the interview I talked to your colleague Alex, and he told me everything what is done here is kind of on the edge. Can you please tell me what he meant by saying this, and could you please briefly describe or explain what is Rajaportti sauna?
I think Alex might have meant that Pispala, kinda this neighborhood we live in, it's kinda has this spirit of being on the edge, and that's maybe on our sauna it's presented. Also, this is an association. I mean, like a non-government organization. Of course, that's another thing. This could be usually. Most of the saunas in Tampere are run like private businesses, but not ours, since we are not in it for the money.
So you have your own association and you have your own rules as well?
Yes, exactly.
Which are on the edge?
Well, from the German point of view, which Alex is,
yes.
then I think in a way, yes, because he has brought this kind of perspective to me that we don't have that much rules about our sauna.
All right.
The Germans seem to love them also in saunas.
We will get to this. What are the differences between saunas in Central Europe and in Finland? Because I feel exactly the same, even though I'm not from Germany. But a bit later, because like now I want to start with the Rajaportti sauna itself. So, is the oldest sauna in Finland? What are the origins of the sauna?
This was the origins are a little bit, like shrouded, or what's the word?
Okay.
Because it's in 1906. This was, I think, was the year that in the taxation this was marked as a public sauna, and that's when the building is also built. But before that, there was a wooden sauna, so we don't know exactly the years when this kind of turned into a public sauna. It might have been a private sauna before, but we don't know. It's kind of a little bit in the dark, the early history of this.
Yes.
It's also before the state of Finland, you know. So we were Russia at that time.
True. So it's oldest than Finland itself.
Yeah.
Anyway, how do you make it that it's still operating for already more than 100 years?
Well, it's a team spirit team. I think it's this association, this Pispala sauna yhdistys, is a really good group of people to keep it operating. I think of it a little bit like a circle around the skivas that whenever I don't have the time or power to do what I should do, there's always easy to ask somebody to like come and help. So this
teamwork.
That's it. What nowadays it's of course it used to be different when it was private. So I don't know about that time, but what they did something quite right to keep it going.
Definitely, yes.
Surely. Of course, at the time when this was actually opened, there were lots of most of the buildings in Vispala, they didn't have any shower or any sauna in their home, so the demand was there.
Yeah. It's operating for almost 120 years. But was there any reconstructions throughout the years, or that the visitors can experience the time travel to the past completely?
There hasn't been really reconstructions. It's only well, nowadays they say that our oldest customers say that our dressing rooms, for example, that they haven't changed much since the 1950s. So we are assuming that this the shape of it is from the 30s, because of the wall between men and women's side. Actually, that can be counted at the that must be the biggest reconstruction. In 1936, I believe, was the year that Tampere was connected to Vispala. So they started to have this idea that it's somehow immoral to have the women and men mixed in saunas. And at those times they put some kind of a curtain first, and then in a couple of years they built a wall. So nowadays it's divided.
So that was the biggest reconstruction made?
Yes, that must be it.
And the wall is still there today? That's
still there. If you want to see the sauna, how it used to look like before the wall, there's this museum in the Amurin työläiskortteli museo.
Where is that? Is it close from here?
Yeah, it's a couple of kilometers towards the center, and there's they have reconstructed that sauna in their this working class like a what's a kortteli? I don't know, like a set of buildings.
I'm not going to help you with Finnish, sorry.
It's probably a loan word from some other language. But yes, the sauna from in that museum, it's modeled to look like this sauna before the wall. Yes.
But it's not working?
No, you can't have löyly there, but you can see it there.
Oh, yeah. Maybe I should go and have a look.
Yeah, it's an interesting museum. Yeah, exactly.
Well, what exactly is your personal role here, and how many people work here in Rajaportti sauna nowadays?
I'm the caretaker of kiuas here. I heat the kiuas with Alex, so we are the main heaters. Then there's Veikko Niskavaara is the manager of sauna, and we have Mikko and Arska working in cafe. Mako is taking care of business side and then beer side of this association, and of course also Ari Johansson is the I think it's called the head of the association.
Oh, okay.
Probably
important role.
he takes care of media lots of times.
Yeah. Well, you have mentioned that there's a guy taking care of the beer, so you have your personal beer here?
Yes. Markku Konttinen is taking care of our selection of microbreweries, which are we try to be local, but of course some exotic stuff also.
So he has a dream job.
Yes. There's also our own. We try to. It's been some pauses, but now again we have our own beer in the tap also.
What's the name of the beer?
Rajaportin tumma. That's the dark. Rajaportti.
What does it mean?
Yeah.
At the dark, okay.
Yeah, at the dark.
All right.
Yeah.
So you have only the dark one.
Yeah, at the moment. Yeah, the blonde is gone. Yeah.
So it's being made, but it's gone now.
Yeah.
Because it's being consumed.
Yes, exactly. I think it was must have been more popular.
Yeah. Ilmari, while we are doing the interview, Alex is heating up the sauna. Can you please describe how long does it take to heat it up and what does it include, the process itself?
Now that it's winter time, it's 6-hour day to heat it up. The actual heating takes maybe 4 hours of it, because you have to be ready before the customers to give us a rest after it kind of levels up the heat inside. And that's the thing. But there's loads of other things, the washing of benches and floors and towels, and most of the day you're actually cleaning something, but just interruptions to that cleaning is the heating actually.
You have mentioned that you have your own association. What is the association focused on mostly?
This association is just around this Rajaportin sauna. It's Pispalan saunayhdistys.
Yeah.
It was founded to keep this sauna going.
Okay, so, well, good job then.
Yes.
Hopefully it's gonna last many more years.
Yeah, some years ago there was a 30th year celebration. It was nice to see the
association.
Yes, there was present many of the founders, which I hadn't seen. So, very nice to talk about the early years with them. It used to be very different, you know.
Yeah.
We have nowadays we are open 4 days a week, and then when it started, it was like open on Fridays.
Only.
Yes. So it was kind of more relaxed.
Yes,
I'd say.
Yes, I can imagine.
But there must have been a whole lot of renovations going on in the early years that they kept busy. I'm sure they get really busy with them.
Let's talk a bit about the Finnish sauna culture now, because I think it's indeed a big topic. And let's mention that there is around 5 million people living in Finland, and around, or maybe even more than 3 million of sauna. So, and there is saunas everywhere, basically. I was surprised when I came to Finland my first time. There is saunas in the houses, in the cabins, in the apartments, even in the parliament.
Yeah.
So, why is the sauna such an important part of Finnish culture? What do you think?
Well, that's I might be blind to this a bit, coming from the culture, but also because I'm coming from the north part of the country, I'd say that a big thing about this is that half of the years is so damn cold that you really appreciate the heat.
Yes. So, you're coming from Lapland?
From Oulu region.
Yes.
So a bit more south.
I was there yesterday.
You were? All right. It's a windy place.
It is. But Tampere as well.
Tampere as well, but it's not like on the coast. Oulu is on the coast. This is kind of blizzard time in Oulu.
So you think it's that easy? Finnish people just basically need to get some warm, so they go to sauna.
No, that's not it. but it must have started then, because whenever like Finnish people buy some land, and when they start to move into that land, the first building is always the sauna. So it comes from the coldness in a way. And in the very early history, it used to be that we didn't make a difference between sauna and home. So it was the same thing. Also, I think for the animals, so it started to separate only later. but of course, there's been the spiritual part of it, because the cleaning is very. We still talk about. I mean, spirituality might be a little bit hidden nowadays in Finnish culture, but we still talk about the Saturday sauna as when the customers come, that we wash out our sins. So from the Friday night, of course. So there is that part. Still very present, but it's just not talked about so much.
So it's actually a very deep and spiritual thing.
Yes, of course. And nowadays we are born in hospitals, but it used to be that we were born in saunas. Some people are.
I heard about that. Like, why in sauna? Because
it's the cleanest.
The cleanest.
Yeah. And there's the water is always kept like you can keep it sterilized in a sauna, or whatever that meant at the old times. But
true.
But it's a good place to give birth in that way, and because of the spirituality, of course. And they used to wash the dead also in sauna.
I was about to mention that I heard about this as well. Like they were keeping the dead bodies.
Yeah.
It was sterilized.
Yeah. So yes, it's the start and the end point. So that's why also it's so easy to, for most of the Finnish people, I think we are quite well brought up into that culture that that you don't like pick up a fight in sauna or you don't yell in sauna.
Everybody is equal.
Yeah,
in sauna.
There's no titles.
That's nice.
Yeah,
that's nice. Well, I heard also that there is this tradition in Finland that the whole family goes to sauna together at Christmas. Where did this tradition come from?
Well, when I was a kid, we just went.
It's just because you go to sauna every day. So
yeah, exactly. Also on Christmas, but the thing about Christmas sauna is that it's very early. I think this is about the tradition that usually like the tradition is to go at night. Not very late, but 6 o'clock or something like that in the evening after the work is probably the idea. But Christmas sauna is early in the day because after when the evening comes, it's the shift of the dead people. So you go before the dead. That's the thing. We also close here on Christmas Eve earlier than usual, 6 o'clock.
Yes, but it's open.
It's open, of course. Yes, it's a tradition, but after we close the door, then it's the dead.
Okay. According to my information, almost 90% of Finns go to sauna at least once per week.
Okay.
How many times per week do you visit sauna personally?
Quite many.
More or less.
Well, I wouldn't want to lie, but I'd guess I might go for 4, probably.
That's a lot.
Yeah, because, like, on average.
Yeah, well, it's part of your job as well.
Yeah, I do go 2 times per week at least because of my job. But then, of course, I come here a lot.
Well, it seems like sauna is a big part of your life.
Yes,
Can you imagine life without sauna?
Yes, I have experienced it because when I moved in here, to Tampere, I moved from Saigon in Vietnam, and I was there for 6 months, and then before also traveling to there for some time without sauna. So
how was it? Hot.
Well,
the worst time of my life.
No, not like that. But I would have to mention that after that period, I applied to my job here. And
okay. So you realized that you cannot actually make it.
I was missing something, and I think I found out what it was.
Well, yeah, that's the way how to find out most of the time when you miss it.
Yes, true. Yeah, there were. I heard there were saunas in Saigon, but they said that probably if you go ask for sauna, like maybe even all of those are gonna be something to do with bordels or something. So I didn't try too much.
When I was living in Spain, in Canary Islands, even the temperature is always high throughout the year.
Yeah.
I was looking at the saunas, because I kind of like saunas as well a lot, because I've spent some time already in Finland, 3 winters already. So when I was in Spain, I was looking at the internet. Is there any saunas? And as you said, like it was connected to bordels, or it was only for gay people, including foam baths, and I don't know, I'm not gonna do this because it's completely different culture.
Yeah, midnight sauna.
That's how they call it.
That's one thing to call it. Yes.
Okay.
If you see that, just that's not a sauna. Not in the way we think about it.
I prefer the Finnish sauna.
Yes.
What I read on official website of the Rajaportti sauna is that there used to be, in peak, more than 100 public saunas in Tampere.
Yeah, that's what I read.
Do you have idea how many public saunas do you have now?
I think Aamulehti, the local Pravda, made a article about the Pirkanmaa saunas, and I think that's the region, of larger region around Tampere, and I think they had more than 40, but in that must have been like I'd say half of them in Tampere also, maybe.
So less than 100.
Yeah,
it's now it's changing. I guess people also have their own saunas at homes.
Well, that was kind of the death of the public sauna culture.
The tradition,
yeah. When they built so many little saunas in all of the little buildings, and that most of the saunas died out because of that. So it kind of changed because it used to be about the cleaning, because they didn't have the facilities in their home, but now when people started to have that, it changed the public saunas, so that it came this more about this socializing thing, and not so much about washing yourself. Of course, that too.
So there is the new motivation, but it's still popular these days to visit public saunas.
Yeah, surely.
Even though people still visit their own saunas, but they still visit public saunas as well to socialize themselves.
Yeah, exactly. There's kind of a boom, I think, but it's a little boom. Maybe last 5 years or so. So there's been openings of new public saunas. That's unimaginable in the start of the 90s, for example.
Yeah. Well, in my opinion, it's still nice motivation to visit sauna.
Yeah,
for social reasons.
Yeah, true.
So let's talk a little bit about loilu. Is this the right pronunciation?
Yes, loilu is right.
Because it's again an important part of Finnish sauna culture.
Yeah.
Could you say what loilu is? Because I'm sure most of the listeners don't know that word, because it's Finnish word. And why is it so important in sauna culture in Finland?
Loilu is the thing you create by pouring water on the heated rocks of kiwas of the. What's that in English? Oven only?
A stove.
Stove, yes.
Oven, yes.
Yeah. So it's the creation of the spirit, yes.
The spirit.
Yes. It's of course heat is what we experience, but the cleansing part of it, or the spiritual part of it, also is in loilu.
So it's the whole act of pouring the water on the stove.
That's the creation of loilu, yes. And then loilu is what engulfs us.
Yeah. I heard that while throwing the water on the stove, Finnish people think about the worries which they have, and they are throwing it away from the bodies.
Yeah, you can.
Which I really like this idea.
Yeah.
Since then, every time I'm doing it, I'm thinking about this, and I really enjoy
exactly.
it.
Yeah. That's the thing I think I meant when I said the sins of yesterday.
Yes. That's true. You have already mentioned that. I didn't notice. What I found funny, my friend once told me, a Finnish friend, I don't know if it's true, so I want to confirm. Let's see if you can confirm. That in Finnish schools, it's part of the practical exams to throw water, to do loilu from the distance.
In Finnish?
In Finnish schools. Students have to show the right technique of flow.
Well, I don't know about the schools though, but of course that's yes, I remember doing that when I was a kid, of course, and yes, when you're feeling childish, still nowadays you can do that, but yes, that is a thing, of course, to be best of the löyly throwers. So
yeah.
So we did that as kids. Yes.
He told me that you start from 1 meter and then you prolong it until like 10 meters.
10 meters would be very professional.
I don't know if he was just messing around with me or he was saying truth.
Maybe he has a very good kauha, you know, just the right one. What's that in English? The spoon.
The spoon, yes.
Yes. Maybe with the just right kind of spoon you can do 10 meters. No. That's not kid stuff.
Yeah. We have already mentioned this topic before, the differences between Finnish sauna culture and sauna culture in different countries.
Yeah.
Have you ever visited sauna in a different country?
Yeah, I have, but we have to talk about this sauna culture in a broader way, since when you go far enough, it's such a different thing. But the bathing culture is kinda in the heart of it. If you go to St. Petersburg, it's easy to see that it's basically the routines and the saunas. They look very much the same, and that's very near to us. And I think the noticeable difference is that their saunas are hotter than ours.
Even hotter?
Yeah, yes, they are.
Is that even possible?
That's pretty hardcore what they do in there. And
is it in general in the Russia like that?
Yeah, I think in the western part of Russia, because it's such a big country. I haven't been in saunas in the eastern part or the southern part of Russia, but yeah, they're pretty much like ours. I really like the sauna culture there, but then again, I've been in some hammams in Morocco, and it's a very different kind of a thing, because when you go to these places, you have like usually like 2 or 3 rooms, and the heating is done underneath the floors in the like a -1 level from the ground, and then the people lie on their back on the floor, which is heated.
Never heard about this.
Yeah, it's kind of nice. You have a couple of rooms because there's different temperature on the floor, and then you can
choose.
There's usually just one hot enough that I'd think of it as a sauna kind of room, but the hottest one is quite okay. But
not enough for a Finnish person, but quite okay.
Quite okay. Well, yeah. It's but the washing routines are there, and they have these persons also that wash the customers like we used to have in here in the old times. But I think it ended in the 1960s or so in here. But in hammams you still have that they come and wash you.
Oh.
It's a nice and a bit odd feeling.
I heard about that it's also happening in Turkey.
Yeah.
And I heard it's a nice experience, but still, as you say, it's kind of odd.
Yeah. Because I'm used to washing myself. It's a weird feeling.
But you have experienced that.
Yes. It was nice. And another one is quite different culture that I have experienced is the bath houses of Japan. So some of them I have visited, and well, I mean, yeah, it's some traditional ones that they're really nice, and they're kind of our remind me of our public saunas. But
what's the difference?
They're more into really like the bathing. So the sauna part is can even be missing, or it's not really so big a thing. But the modern ones are they are weird. I was in Osaka once in such a bathhouse where they outside of sauna, beside the door there was a timetable, which was really like most of the times where I was thinking, is this the timetable that the sauna is open? And it was like 1.5 hours and then 30 minutes off, and then 1.5 hours, 30 minutes off, something like that, very tight kind of. So I was a bit like surprised and like, okay, well, and I sort of like, okay, well, this is the time that it's, I suppose it's kind of good to go. And I went in and I realized that no, this wasn't the timetable for the sauna, it was the movies timetable. There was a glass wall, and behind the glass wall there was a TV.
Which you could watch from the sauna?
From the benches of the sauna, yes, movies.
That, I guess, ruins all the spirit.
I was speechless. I just didn't know what to do.
Okay, but is it like kind of normal thing in Japanese saunas?
I guess so. There were old men just like in here also, but they were watching movies. Yes.
Might be connected to their lifestyle because they're working a lot, and then I heard they don't actually have much of free time. So maybe they just want to enjoy television and sauna
together. Yes, that might be it. Yeah. Different things.
Yes. The biggest difference for me, if I compare sauna culture in Czech Republic or in general in Central Europe, also in Germany, I've been Austria, and then I went to sauna in Finland. The biggest difference was that the men and women were divided. And if it's a public sauna which is not divided, people use a swimsuit most of the times. In Czech Republic, everybody's together, everybody's naked.
Oh, right, yeah. Like in Germany, I've heard also.
Yes.
Yeah.
Basically, it's very similar to Germany.
Yeah.
And they are very strict about the rules. If you use swimsuit, you cannot go there. Also, you need to put the towel underneath yourself properly, so you don't make the bench dirty.
Yeah.
And if you don't do that,
but that's Czech also, like
in some of the saunas.
Yeah.
This is more Germany because they are more.
They seem to be strict about their rules. Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I hear.
What I want to ask is, why do you think it's like this in Finland? Because I was thinking everything is going to be like super free and everybody's going to be naked all together.
Oh, right, yeah.
And maybe not that strict about the rules, but this is what I expected. But it's the other way around. Yeah,
well, as when I'm coming from this culture, I would be expecting more rules in our saunas. Maybe it's kind of this way that nowadays the Finnish culture is very much about the rules. Like our alcohol rules is a very good example, and this kind of, I think it's a newer part of the culture, and we have kept some of the more free-flowing culture in the old culture of sauna, probably. That this is, of course, yes, when we come back to like 100 years or more, then of course the religious rules probably start to dictate a lot of what's happening. But in a way, sauna is. I think it has represented this kind of a thing that you because you're there, like when you come to this world and when you leave this world, it's kind of that you don't need the titles and the, your roles and this kind of stuff. So it makes it free in a way that you can talk about your problems and things that are hard to talk about usually in there. So it's kind of the environment is kind of free. I think that's something we have kept. But it's just the rest of the newer culture is reflecting also inside sauna nowadays with the swimming suits, I'm sure. And as I mentioned, the separation of men and women also in the 1930s.
I suppose it was not used to be like this in the beginning, in the past.
No.
Because
Because the villages were small. It was a kind of a when I've talked about with my father. He said that when he was living in a little village in the end of 50s or the start of the 60s, that it would have been a crazy idea to divide the men and women, because it was the families who were going to sauna, and it was just like inviting every family.
Yeah.
So so it would have been like out of the box to start to separate people somehow.
Yeah. So it's the modern society.
Yeah, it must have been the urbanization.
Yeah.
To somehow
okay.
Get rid of it.
I also want to talk about the types of the sauna a bit. What is the most popular type of the sauna nowadays in Finland?
Well, we have, I think, most in the numbers, it's electric sauna, of course, because it's so easy.
But it's also another modern thing.
Yeah, that's a modern thing. What people think is the best kind of sauna, it must be still the smoke sauna. It's just that many Finns don't have access to smoke sauna. They don't know any place or haven't thought about it.
Good that you mentioned smoke sauna, because I was about to ask about that one as well. So what's the difference between the traditional sauna and the other one, the wooden sauna, which you have probably here? Yes.
Oh, the chimney, because our is the modern invention of chimneys. It's the thing separating.
Okay.
Otherwise,
chimney makes a difference.
Yes, because if you only have a little hole in the wall that you can just close or open, then when you heat up that kind of smoke sauna, the smoke will be like here. So you have to be heating like this to breathe. So it's a whole kind of different thing. It's kind of, I like it a lot.
How does it work with smoke sauna?
So it's just usually a pile of rocks that you heat up, and there's the door is kept open, and then there's a little it's not a window, but it's a hole in the wall, and then you heat it up. The black smoke comes fills the whole sauna until maybe half of the room or more, and then you duck under it and heat the sauna, and the little hole in the wall, it takes the smoke away little by little. But first, when you have heated the kiwas for, let's say, for 3 hours or so, then you take out the ash, and then just pour you pour what's called häkälöylyt. So the first the bad, the not healthy löyly, you pour away, and then just let it go out altogether, and then after maybe a couple of rounds of these,
okay.
then you can go to sauna, close the hole in the wall and the door.
So when it's ready, the smoke is not there anymore?
No, it's gone, but it's all around. You can smell it. And when you, usually at some point you make yourself very dirty by touching the walls. You know, it's not that you're supposed to, but you forget it. So
I've never experienced this sauna, unfortunately, but I've heard a lot, and I'm planning to do that. And
it's a very nice thing for your senses, because it's completely black usually, because of the ash in the walls, and then the smell is very nice. Atmosphere.
I heard there is one smoke sauna in Helsinki, or close to Helsinki, where I'm headed in the next days.
Okay, right.
So hopefully I will find time to visit that one as well.
All right, yeah.
It will be cool.
Yeah. Well, I visited this one heater in Helsinki, and he said that he's heating these Vaskiniemi saunas. They have, I think, maybe 7 or 8 saunas. And he said that there's one smoke sauna, and the rest of the saunas, they are cleaned by cleaners, but he's the one who's cleaning the smoke sauna. Okay. He doesn't allow the cleaners to touch it.
Do you have smoke sauna here in Tampere?
Where would we have a smoke sauna? There is surely once, probably many in Tampere, but yes, wasn't there one in Kauftu at least? But no, that's more far away. There are some. I just not in the center. We don't have any in the center. No.
I think the one in Helsinki is also a bit away, maybe 10 kilometers from the center. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
For some reason they keep it there, not in the city center.
Yeah. Might be about the windows. Window cleaners.
Might be.
Just might be.
One last thing I would like to talk about is the sauna competition, the World Sauna Championship. That's how it was called.
Oh, right.
I'm sure you have heard about it.
Yes, the infamous one, yes.
Let's just mention that the rules were to stay in the sauna as long as possible.
That was it, I guess, yes.
And the starting temperature, I think, was 110.
Yeah, that's. I remember the same. 110. Yeah.
And that was the starting, because every 30 seconds they poured half a liter of water on the stove.
Half a liter.
Which made sauna literally hell.
Yes.
Crazy warm.
Yes,
crazy
exactly.
Hot.
Yeah.
So I think some of them, they just take.
Just to give you an idea how it's usually done,
yes.
the St. Petersburg hot saunas, they are like 130, I think so. And they have this like the watering can, like we don't have it here now. The watering can for the plants, and it's like a long one with very, very tiny.
We have that in Lapland where I work.
Yeah,
I know exactly
and they're going like. Psst.
Yes.
It's like two teaspoons. Maybe.
But it's not a real loilu.
No, I mean, but it's the right way to do it if you have 130. It's not like half a liter.
You don't want to pour a big spoon of the water. No, not at all.
It's crazy.
It's their own way how they do it.
Yeah.
So, and let's continue the story of the championship. It's not happening anymore. They stopped doing it in 2010, I think, after the incident when one of the competitor died.
Yes.
Because basically he was just pushing the limits.
Yeah.
The limits.
I think he was doping himself with some medicine.
There was like two in the final. Was a Finnish guy who's been champion for many years, and a Russian guy who stayed even longer, but then he died.
Yeah.
The Finnish person survived, of course.
Yeah, he did.
And then they found out the Russian guy, he doped himself. He used some kind of cream not to feel the heat.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Which was some kind of a painkiller thing.
Also,
yeah.
So I wanted to ask you, what is your opinion about all of this? Is it's not connected to the real Finnish sauna spirit at all, I guess?
No. That's another. I think that's where the modern sauna culture kind of found a dead end, because this kind of sauna competitions, I think they are childish stuff.
Yeah.
It's okay for the 10-year-olds, you know.
Yes.
But to
There's
do
too much ego involved.
Yes,
that's
exactly.
What sauna is about.
No, and also what's this whole idea about having a title about sauna? Having a title of that you are the best, like what? Because it's the whole idea is not to have titles.
Yeah.
So I just don't. I think that's an example of. We should remember that for the coming times.
Yes. I see that we have very similar opinion about that.
Yeah.
But like also I feel like because Finnish people, to me, they like crazy competitions.
That's true.
Air guitar competition.
Yeah, I've been there a couple of times as audience. Yes, it's really nice.
Yeah, I like that because the main idea is world peace.
Yes, true.
Also funny.
Yeah,
it's not connected at all. Perfect.
Yeah. And then but any action that is like anti-war is basically just like.
We should support that.
Yeah.
Especially in these times.
Yeah, true.
Then there is a reindeer race and many other crazy competitions.
I would like to take part of those soccer in the swamp competitions.
I think I heard about this one as well.
Yeah, that would be nice.
And then the guys are taking the wives on the back.
Oh yeah, the wife carrying.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. That also I would. Maybe the same trip with the swamp soccer.
I should put these two competitions together. Yes, I think that was the nice ending of the interview. I have one more questions. Ilmari, do you have any message to send to the listeners?
I just want to say that keep heating things up.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ilmari, for the interview, and I wish you good luck for the future.
Thank you.
In your personal life and also with Rajaportti sauna.
Thank you.
Hopefully the tradition will stay alive for many, many more years.
It will.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Cheers.